Welcome to Cult Macabre, a phantasmagoric guide to pop culture's dark side. I'm Richie.
And I'm Lee.
And today, as we're recording this, it is 420, but you may be hearing it a day late and $1 short. But, you know, that's the name of the game in the stoner comedy business. Today, we are talking about Charles Band's Evil Bong, released in 2006. And oh boy, this certainly is a fucking movie.
I'm really happy to say that this was another first-time watch for me. And I've been aware about this movie for many years, so I'm very happy that I finally got to see it and experience it.
Yeah, because if you haven't seen this movie, you've probably seen it memed a million times on the internet because of a particular scene involving a strip club and shark titties. That's the best way that I can put it. I don't know how else to put it.
That's fair, honestly.
Now, the movie poster or the movie art advertises Tommy Chong of Cheech and Chong fame, which he is in this movie, but very briefly.
They give you the idea that he's the main fucking character in the movie, and he's not.
Well, that's kind of the name of the game with Charles Band's company. And most of the releases that he has, like the Ginger Dead Man, I think was one of the only ones that made good on its promise, which we'll need to talk about in the future. That one has Gary Busey in it for the entirety of the fucking thing.
Oh, beautiful. I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, so we'll get to that one. And maybe we'll do that one like when we come back after our break.
That'll be excellent.
Also starring in a cameo appearance, well, both of these in cameo appearances, Brandy Cunningham from VH1's Rock of Love with Bret Michaels and horror icon Bill Moseley, who was most well known as playing Chop Top in Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 and in The Devil's Rejects and in House of a Thousand Corpses and in 3 from Hell. Basically, if Rob Zombie was like, hey man, I need somebody, it's Bill Moseley.
Wasn't he also in Repo?
Yep.
I love that movie.
Same. He's been in everything that you can think of, so.
Good shit.
Yeah, but we don't get any of these people for a very long time in this.
It's so brief. All the people get such little screen time.
Yeah, so this story deals with a bong that is supernatural, and its purpose is to suck people into the bong world, as it were, and just kind of trap them and kill them and take their souls.
The Evil Bong world.
Yeah, and the bong's name in question is EB, like EEBEE, which I was like, that's not very clever, but okay. Because Evil Bong, EB. Oh. So this movie starts out with a dude who is a law school dropout, and he's looking for a roommate. That the roommate in question that answers the newspaper ad is kind of like the love child of sex pest Jared Fogle from Subway and Jim from American Pie with glasses. It's fucking weird.
He looks like the angry video game nerd.
That's a better comparison. Fuck Jared Fogle. This is much better comparison. I can't imagine that this movie probably didn't take very much because there's only like 2 sets for the whole fucking movie. It's
really?
this, well, if you think about it, it's this apartment and then the fucking strip club set in the bong. Like whenever people get travel, they travel into the bong, and it's like it's either that or the fucking apartment.
They saved a lot of money right there.
It's barely an hour and a half long. And it's a very closed set. It's almost like they improv'd, but then they stuck to certain scripting. Like I can't imagine that much of what made it onto the script actually made it on screen, because there were spots in this movie that looked like they just fucking left dialogue that wasn't even supposed to be there. Like they just fucking left it in.
They were just like, all right, they're not going to notice. I will say that overall, I feel like the actual film quality was better than I expected it to be.
Yeah, I will admit that. Like, most movies that are considered like so bad it's good are just bad movies in general that are kind of redeemable in some fashion. Like, this movie was well made for what it was. But, I mean, Charles Band has done a lot of movies in his time and still does to this day. I mean, he did Ghoulies 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. And his company has also done, like, the Prehysteria trilogy, and he even did Reanimator, which is...
Oh, I love that one. That was a first-time watch for me this year, and I very much enjoyed it. Yeah,
Stuart Gordon did that one, who is a frequent collaborator with Charles Band in his studio. But Evil Bong, I think Evil Bong was one of the first, like it was one of the like the bad movies that they've done where they were like, okay, this is like a franchise. Like I think there's 8 of these. And
I was very tickled to see the Gingerbread Man tie-ins for this. So
yeah, the Ginger Dead Man does like a crossover. Like I think one of them is Evil Bong versus Ginger Dead Man.
It is, yeah, I did notice that.
But a lot of characters from all of these movies, even some of the Puppet Master characters, like make their way into this movie. But the characters in this apartment are fucking ridiculous. Like you have Larnell or whatever they they call him, and then you have Alistair, who is the nerdy fucking dude. Bachman, Brett, Luann, like all these people just hang around and conglomerate in this apartment. And it's this really like, it's almost sitcom. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how like in Seinfeld and all these other sitcoms, you would just have random people come knock on the door and walk in, and like here's a whole like character introduction, and then like a scene, and then end scene, and then it's back to the apartment, and then a different character comes over.
Yes, and all these characters fill like a different stereotype. You have your surfer stoner, you have your jock stoner, you have your preppy kid stoner or whatever,
and then typical
his girlfriend.
And you got the typical stoner, the one that was monkey. Like what
Monkey.
the what
He
in
was
the
the surfer.
But what in the fuck is that? Like, I wonder if they were just like, hey man, we need a catchphrase. Like your character needs like that stoner comedy catchphrase. Just say something. Just say the first word that comes to mind when somebody like bonks you on the head with something. Ugh, monkey. Like what the fuck, dude?
That's his bazinga.
God damn it. I wish you would have never compared it to that. That is so dope. Bazinga versus monkey.
Monkey. And he does say it about 10 times in this movie.
It's pretty fucking bad. So anyway, they roll in, and it's a bunch of meaningless dialogue really about like, you know, they're hazing Alistair because he's a fucking dork and he doesn't smoke weed and all this other shit. Well, there's a bong basically that Larnell orders, and it's possessed, and they get it and they start smoking. Obviously, Alistair doesn't smoke or he partake in anything, but they hang out, and then later on, one of them, I think Bachman, he gets pulled into the bong world, and it's like this strip. Like I said, it's a strip club, and he meets Ooga Booga.
Which is a character from another movie, right?
Yeah, he is from a movie called Doll Graveyard. Like I said, a lot of these characters like make cameo appearances in this movie from other Charles Band movies, but he meets Ooga Booga, who's this like little fucking witch doctor looking character. And he warns him. He's like, hey, man, watch yourself around this fucking thing. And this is when we get like one of the first bra attacks of the movie. Like it looks like what is it? Like a gargoyle vampire looking like.
Yeah,
like,
something like that.
It bites his neck. And this is now granted, this takes place way into the movie because there's a lot of I hate to use the term character build because like, is it really character build?
It kind of. There's a lot of filler. Like we can call it filler.
Yeah, there's okay, what has more filler, the dialogue or the breast implants at the strip club?
I think those are both unquantifiable and uncomparable.
So this, I think, actually, like this first kill, I really want to say takes place like a half hour into the movie at best, maybe
at
that.
least.
Yeah.
At least.
So this is kind of like a rinse and repeat cycle throughout the movie. Like they fucking take a hit from the bong and then they fucking die, and then they take a hit from the bong and they fucking die. Like they go to the strip club, they get fucking murked by some titties with like a weird face on it, and then they fucking die. Like one is a stone gargoyle vampire thing, and the next one's like fucking shark titties, and then I don't fucking remember.
It's mouths, like fanged mouths or some shit.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking dumb as shit. But like, it's kind of like the Kruger thing. Like you die in the bong world, you die for real, because one of them's like straight up just dead on the couch, and they fucking like cover him up with newspapers and all kind of dumb shit.
Literally cover him in trash because one of their like grandpas was visiting or some shit. Grandpa was the realest character in that entire fucking thing, by the way.
Dude, Grandpa's my favorite character in this movie. Rolls in there, talks about how he just met like some new bitch downtown. Like straight up, it's just like, I met
how
this new
hot
bitch.
she is.
Dude, the reveal is great because like they play some fucking like straight up stoner ass hip hop, and she just comes like waddling in on her cane like an old bitch.
She literally sits down and takes a fucking nap because she's exhausted.
And they're just looking at him like, what the fuck, Grandpa?
Grandpa has some great insults and calls them perverts constantly, and is just the most foul-mouthed motherfucker amongst all of them.
Should make mention that the bong can only be heard by Larnell. Like he's the only one that hears her like outside of the bong world when she speaks and shit. But it's kind of like that through the rest of the movie. There's like a big rinse and repeat cycle until eventually like everybody gets fucking murked except for Alistair and the chick that he's crushing on. So they kind of figure out, oh, we take a hit and we go in here, right?
And then she gets murked too, and he's like, oh my God, I have to save her.
And enter Tommy Chong, who just rolls in, just knows where to go, first of all.
He could smell the weed.
Right? Like he smells, he's like, Bong. And he goes in and basically explains that he is the former owner of this bong. And he's been trying to, like, he knows about the bong world is the thing. Like, he knows what the fuck is up.
His wife tried to sell it while he was out of town. That's how it ended up in an ad that they saw for purchase.
Mm-hmm.
But he's well aware it's evil as well. Like, he knows what's going on with it.
It's got a voodoo curse on it.
Yes.
So basically, in order to save Janet, which is the chick that Alistair's crushing on, he's got to go into the bong world. And then Jimbo pretty much is trying to fucking destroy like various objects, like a chainsaw, which is most prevalent on the film cover, hammer, bomb, like all this shit, right? But EB makes him pass out with a shit ton of like smoke. It's almost like she farts. She farts a big
old gas cloud.
Yeah, literally.
She gassed him out.
Yeah, so he winds up going into the bong world too. But Evie's basically forcing all these strippers to like
seduce him.
Yeah, and then, but he bumps into Jack Death, who this is the guy that's this is a dude from Trancers. Like there's a movie that he did called Trancers. And it's the same character from that movie that he fucking bumps into, which is kind of hilarious because then he also runs into Bill Moseley, who just plays a random dude that's down there.
Just another dude trapped in the bong.
Yeah, just all these fucking people, right? And Evie is trying to control the world by turning the air into pot smoke and all the oceans into bong water so that everybody's massive stoners. I don't see anything wrong with this. Like,
we're halfway there already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't see anything wrong with this. And I forgot about the vitamin subplot that Jimbo gives him.
Yeah, that's right. Jimbo just gives him a handful of vitamins and is like, here, man, these will help.
These will make you sober again, bruh.
When Alistair is stuck in the bong world and he needs help getting out and he's trying to take Janet with him, he just like shoves one in her mouth and is like, oh, ho, ho, it's a breath mint. And she goes, what? And then he puts another one in her mouth, puts one in his mouth, and you just hear them hard chewing on these fucking vitamins. Ugh, it was an uncomfortable sound for me.
I wonder if they're like Flintstone vitamins. Do you think they're Flintstoner vitamins?
A Flintstoner vitamin?
Yeah, Flintstoner vitamins.
Yabba dabba doobie.
Yabba doobie doo.
Yabba doo.
Yeah, it's like Fred Flintstone and Scooby-Doo. God damn it.
Oh my goodness.
Why didn't we write for this?
But I think Jimbo ends up taking the bomb that he was threatening Evie with from in like the real world or whatever to the Evil Bong world, the strip club, and ends up blowing her up there after the other two escape with their vitamins.
Yeah, and Jimbo in turn just becomes king of the bong world because there's a lot of titties in this movie.
There's a lot of titties.
That's what I think is hilarious. Like every time that somebody goes into the bong world, which that's kind of the end of the movie, like, you know, Jimbo's king of the bong world or whatever. But like, and we realize there's just like nothing to really speak on too much about this movie, but it's a very simple stoner comedy movie. The horror element kind of takes a backseat, really.
It does. It's first and foremost like a stoner comedy.
But
sure.
But when it is horror, it's fucking great because there's no absence of blood when they want to show it. You know what I mean?
The titty kills are pretty funny.
Those are hilarious, actually. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff to laugh about and point out about the movie. Like there's a sequence where one of the characters is playing Super Mario World, but there's Atari sound effects going over it.
And it was like, it was flashing back and forth between him and another character during a conversation during that scene. And every time they went back to him as he was playing, he was on a different world of Mario. And it didn't make any fucking sense because it was literally like 2 seconds you were on level, like world 3, and now you're on like world 7. What the fuck is going on here, bro?
Speedrun champion.
I guess.
Mario World Speedrun champion.
I think one of my favorite things to notice in the background was Blunt Jesus.
Dude, Blunt Jesus was amazing.
He died for our strains.
The broken clock that stays at 420.
The whole movie. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
There's good stuff about this movie. Like, you know, I gotta be honest. It's not awful. It's not the greatest fucking thing in the world, but it's passable. Like, if you don't mind like a slow to get there thing and you're more interested in like how fucking stupid can these guys get, that this is for you. And honestly, it is in line with more of Charles Band's older material from the same studio. It's paced pretty decently. There's a couple of snags here and there, like, you know, like taking a minute to get to the point of the fucking matter, but it's not terrible.
Nah, it wasn't terrible. It was just fun, dumb humor for me.
I mean, I bought the motherfucker. I've actually owned this movie for a number of years.
Yeah, we had to dig it out to watch it.
That was actually the fun of it, though. It's like digging an old war trophy out. Fucking like, hey, man, I sat through this pile of shit. I own it. let's fucking watch it again. It's kind of like owning, I think it's hilarious. Like most of the movies that we do talk about and will talk about, I love to have a physical copy of it. It is like a trophy. It's like a fucking like, hey man, I sat through this. I lived through it.
I earned this.
I did earn this.
Speaking of sitting through the movie, would you like to hear some people's ratings and opinions on the movie?
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Excellent. Well, I have, as usual, one of each kind of review for you, a neutral, good, and a bad.
All right.
I'm going to start with our overwhelmingly positive review. This was a 4 out of 5 stars. They say, you will probably hate this movie. I liked it. If you enjoy the crappiest, cheesiest horror movies, you still probably won't like this. I'm warning you, that's how bad it is. That being said, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Look up Charles Band on IMDb. I'd say his highest rated movie is a 4 out of 10. But if you're familiar and enjoyed any of his other stuff, this could be for you. A line of dialogue at the end nearly made me piss myself. Quote, dude, I woke up in the basement covered in trash. That must have been a crazy party last night, end quote. You need the story to really get it, but I can't spoil it for you just in case.
Monkey.
That was our positive one. So our neutral review is 2.5 out of 5 stars. It says, what can one say about Evil Bong? It's as stupid as its title suggests, but it manages to be entertaining nonetheless. From Full Moon Mastermind Charles Band, Evil Bong is basically a stoner comedy with moments of horror thrown in. Cheesy and idiotic, Evil Bong features loads of Full Moon cameos and will likely entertain fans of other stupid Full Moon fare, like Ginger Dead Man, who later has a crossover movie with Evil Bong. It was pretty neutral. And for our half-star review...
I'm pretty sure there's plenty of these, but...
Yeah, actually, there's a lot of very low reviews for this, and they were all very amusing, but I'm locking it in for this one. Man, I can make it through some rough films, but I really feel like this is the bottom of the barrel and then several levels below that. Like, this is somehow a sub-trauma movie that I'm mad at myself for watching, upset that I'm writing about it, and even more disturbed that there are so many sequels. The Evil Bong is a sentient, malevolent hookah that takes its smoker to the Bong world, which has strippers and full moon characters like Ooga Booga, the Ginger Dead Man, Ivan Burroughs from Decadent Evil, Jack Attack from Demonic Toys, and Jack Death, as well as Bill Moseley and Tommy Chong. I will force myself to watch Evil Bong 2, King Bong, Evil Bong 3D, The Wrath of Bong, Ginger Dead Man vs. Evil Bong 420, Evil Bong High Five, Evil Bong 666, Evil Bong 777, and Ouija's Halloween Night. I'm already upset.
This must have been an older review because the most recent one is Evil Bong 888 Infinity on High.
Oh, so there's been more since then.
Yeah, this was as of 2022. Or Infinity High, not Infinity on High. I was thinking Fall Out Boy for some reason.
This review, that's funny. This review was 2021, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, this person, they were very, very upset that they delved in it, but they seemingly could not stop themselves. So, but I like that this was just like a goofy movie that we could have fun with. It was certainly an experience.
Yeah, no shit. These are always fun to sit through and just bullshit about, honestly. Yeah.
I like just cracking jokes the entire time.
Yeah, me too. What would you give it? Like if you're giving it an out of 5 rating, like what are you? Are you the middle of the road? Or are you like a little more on the positive side? Or you're like, fuck this shit? Like honestly,
for me, this is a 2 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm kind of there with you. It's not good enough to be met halfway, but it's not bad enough that it's bottom of the barrel for me. I have seen much worse than this. I watched a fucking movie called The Amazing Bulk, and it's pretty fucking awful.
I've seen bits and pieces from that.
I own it.
See, that one I would probably rate higher just because of how ridiculously hilarious some of those edits are for me.
Yeah, no shit.
But yes, I see where you're going with that for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's Evil Bong by Charles Band.
It was our pleasure to review this for you. Hopefully some of you out there have also seen this movie and just enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah, I watched this completely sober.
No comment.
No comment. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I were a little fucking inebriated having watched this movie. But with that being said, it's not terrible if you are not partaking in anything to watch it.
They do enough smoking for everybody in the movie.
We'll be doing some more movie reviews in the future. They're a lot of fun. Like we do a variety of things on Cult Macabre, but I actually really enjoy sitting down with a good bad movie and talking about it. So We'll do some more good bad movies in the future. Or we'll do some more bad movies. It doesn't matter. For past, present, and future episodes of Cult Macabre, you can subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube. You can leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. You can leave us a rating and leave comments on individual episodes on Spotify. And if you're listening to this episode on our YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to the channel and clicking the bell for notifications for future episodes, leaving a like on the video or a comment down below. Any engagement helps. If you'd like to follow Cult Macabre on any of the social media platforms we reside on, all of this can be found in our Linktree link in the show notes below.
And if you'd like to join us for more of pop culture's dark side, sign the Black Book and join the cult. I'm Lee.
And I'm Richie.
We'll see you next time.